Most people fail to think clearly because they can't stop thinking. Their mind keeps running in circles, replaying what they should have said, what might go wrong, or what others think. If you want to stay calm and think with clarity, here's how Ayanokoji would do it. Chapter 1. Understand what overthinking really is. Overthinking isn't deep thinking. It's thinking without direction. It's your brain trying to find control in uncertainty. But instead of control, it creates anxiety. You start looping the same thoughts, hoping the next one brings peace. It never does. The real reason you overthink is because your brain is searching for certainty in places it doesn't exist. You want answers to things that are still unfolding. You want clarity before taking action. But that's not how progress works. Ayanokoji doesn't think less because he's emotionless. He thinks less because he knows which thoughts matter. He lets go of thoughts that have no influence on his next move. You can do the same. The goal isn't to stop thinking, it's to stop useless thinking. Start by asking yourself one simple question. Can I do something about this right now? If yes, plan it. If no, drop it. This single filter alone can quiet half your mental noise. Overthinking dies when clarity takes its place. And clarity begins when you identify what deserves your attention. Chapter 2. Control the speed of your mind. When you overthink, your brain accelerates. It jumps from scenario to scenario. You imagine outcomes that haven't even happened. This speed overwhelms you. So slow it down the best way. Write your thoughts down. When you write, your thoughts lose intensity. They become external. You can look at them without emotion. You see patterns instead of chaos. It's no longer 10 problems. It's 3 main issues repeated in different forms. Ayanokoji does this mentally. He slows down the input until only what matters remains. You can do it on paper or in a notes app. The process is simple but powerful. Overthinking thrives in mental speed. Slow your thoughts. You'll see your problems for what they really are. Smaller than you thought. And when the speed of your mind lowers, clarity rises. Chapter 3. Detach emotion from thought. Overthinking is rarely logical. It's emotional. You replay moments not because they matter, but because they made you feel something. Guilt, embarrassment, fear, regret. These emotions hijack your thoughts. Ayanokoji's calm comes from emotional detachment. He separates what happened from how he feels about it. You can train this. Next time you're stuck in a loop, say this phrase: "That's just a thought." It sounds small, but it's a mental reset. It reminds your brain that your thoughts aren't facts. They're just signals. You choose which ones to engage with. When you create this space, your emotional reactions lose their grip. You begin to observe your thoughts like a third person. Detached, objective, in control. Emotionless doesn't mean lifeless. It means disciplined with what deserves your energy. Chapter 4. Take micro actions instead of thinking more. Overthinking is often a lack of movement. You sit, think, and freeze. You analyze every path instead of walking one. The antidote: micro actions. Tiny steps that pull your focus into reality. When you act, your brain shifts from prediction to experience. That's why Ayanokoji doesn't dwell. He acts. He studies the situation once, acts once, then adjusts. Not plan, delay, rethink, repeat. So, next time your brain spirals, take one small action. Send the message, write the outline. Open the book. Once you move, your brain regains clarity. Action creates certainty. Thinking without movement creates fear. You can't think your way out of overthinking. You have to move your way out. Chapter 5. Build mental minimalism. Your brain is like a desk. Cluttered desks slow you down, so do cluttered minds. Mental minimalism is about reducing unnecessary inputs. Every piece of information you consume adds noise. Too much data kills decision-making. That's why Ayanokoji avoids unnecessary conversations, drama, and opinions. He keeps his mental environment clean. You should too. Unfollow accounts that drain you. Stop engaging in debates that lead nowhere. Turn off notifications that interrupt focus. The fewer inputs, the sharper your decisions. Your mind should only hold what serves your mission. Everything else is distraction disguised as entertainment. Chapter 6. Train yourself to stay present. Overthinking is living in the past or the future. Calmness lives in the present. The more you anchor yourself in now, the quieter your mind gets. So, train your awareness. Focus on your breathing. Feel your environment. Notice what's in front of you. It sounds simple, but presence is a skill. Ayanokoji uses it to stay composed even in chaos. When you're fully in the moment, overthinking can't pull you back. Presence builds precision. It allows you to respond, not react. Start with short moments. 10 seconds of full awareness during a task, expanded over time. Soon, being present will become your default mode. Chapter 7. Learn to delay interpretation. You don't need to label every event instantly. Not everything that feels bad is bad. Overthinkers assign meaning too early. They interpret before they observe. Ayanokoji waits. He collects data first. He lets the situation unfold before defining it. You can do the same. When something happens, pause. Don't say, "This is terrible." Say, "Let's see what happens." This small pause protects you from emotional spirals. You gain control over the narrative forming in your head. The truth is, meaning takes time to reveal itself. Patience turns chaos into clarity, and in that clarity you'll find calm. Chapter 8. Create a mental reset routine. Your brain needs a reset switch. Otherwise, thoughts will pile up endlessly. Find an activity that interrupts your loops. It could be walking, journaling, a cold shower, or a quick workout. These resets break your thought pattern and anchor you back to control. Ayanokoji often uses silence as his reset. He isolates himself, lets his mind settle, then returns sharper. You can do the same. Whenever you feel your mind spinning, stop everything. Do one reset move. The faster you interrupt your thought loop, the less power it holds. Make this a daily ritual. Resetting your mind should be as normal as resetting your phone. Chapter 9. Build your identity around composure. If you see yourself as someone who overthinks, you'll act like it. If you see yourself as someone who stays calm, you'll adapt to it. Identity drives behavior. That's why Ayanokoji's calm isn't a technique, it's who he is. You must decide the same. You're not a victim of your thoughts. You're the architect of your response. Every time you choose calm over panic, you reinforce that identity. Soon, composure becomes automatic. You don't have to force it, it becomes your default. That's how real control is built. Chapter 10. Accept that you'll never control everything. Overthinking is the illusion of control. You believe if you think enough, you can prevent pain. But life doesn't work like that. Uncertainty is part of the game. The most powerful minds accept that early. Ayanokoji doesn't fight uncertainty, he prepares for it. He focuses on what's within his influence and ignores the rest. You can't predict every outcome, but you can strengthen yourself to handle whatever comes. That's the real goal. Don't try to control everything. Control your reaction to everything. That's where peace lives. Final thoughts. Overthinking is a habit you built, and one you can unbuild. Calm doesn't mean no thoughts. It means clarity in thought. When you slow down, detach emotion, take action, and accept uncertainty, you stop fighting your mind. You start using it. Be like Ayanokoji. Be silent. Be precise. Be in control. Be elite. Stay elite.